how good graphics kill video games.
You're watching this video most likely from a phone, possibly a computer or a TV, and if you're really freakish,
I'm a computer guy.
maybe even a smartwatch.
Hey man,
Oh.
okay, what are you doing here? Everything all right at home?
But regardless of your chosen device, all of them are made up of a combination of red, blue, and green blips, tricking your stupid reptilian brain that what you're seeing is real, three-dimensional, and filled with millions of colors. And since gaming consoles and displays have grown and evolved over time, gaming has tried to keep up, and for decades it did, with enormous graphical leaps that would genuinely, instantly antiquate what came before it. And if you grew up in the 90s like me, you would have seen modern gaming evolve from this to this, and before my childhood, you'd have moved from arcades to in-home gaming to crazy visuals in your pocket. But if you're growing up now or just getting into gaming in the last 10 or so years, you would have seen modern games go from this to this. But somehow the prices to make and play these things have gone from this to this. What? We are no longer living in a time of meaningful graphical evolution, and half the time we seem to be going straight fucking backwards with a monstrously higher development cost too. But why when we...
I like on the background, it's like, oh yeah, we're just making a sequel to the exact same game over and over again, not even changing the title or anything.
Going straight fucking...
Like, literally just Call of Duty.
backwards with a
And then after 10, they're like, you know what, let's just start remaking all of these.
monstrously higher
So
development
instead of making new games, they start making remakes. Bro, that's literally how it is, though, bro.
cost too. But why
That's genuinely
when we
how
look
it
back
is.
at two different titles, really from any era, one striving for realism and the other a defined art style, we reliably get the same conclusion. One will soon be replaced by a slightly different looking, equally as expensive to produce product, but style is forever.
W intro.
Fuck ray tracing! I'm sorry, that seemed a little aggressive,
Oh.
but I'm being serious. We've spent years and millions of dollars trying to get reflections and lighting to look slightly better for a very small number of systems and hardware, and all we got was an unoptimized setting that half the time nukes your frame rate so you can take really pretty screenshots and play the game in an objectively worse manner.
Hey, hi, why don't we put the same time and energy into researching a better optimization strategy so everyone can enjoy every...
This isn't coming from someone that can't run it. I have a
Top-of-the-line gamer PC, and still
the first thing I do when I start a game is turn off motion blur and ray tracing. Wow, now it's actually a good game that runs and looks good.
Yeah, but check this out.
Mario and Unreal Engine 5, hell no! But the argument for or against this for me doesn't only come from a place of aesthetic, because I'm sure with time it'll eventually get better. It also comes from a financial one. The entire newly named AA and higher gaming industry are frantically trying to make their games look as ridiculous. AA and higher gaming industry are frantically...
First game to feature RTX hair technology, which uses spheres instead of triangles to achieve more realistic hair rendering. Are we fucking serious? Wait, I never seen this tweet before. They're deadass? Wow. That's it. Honestly, that's kind of crazy. I'm gonna just be completely honest with you, bro. That's kind of crazy. Wow. Slightly concerning,
trying to
too.
make their games look as ridiculously next-gen as possible. But newsflash, dipshits, the next-gen doesn't fucking exist anymore. We've reached gargantuan levels of diminishing returns here, but we're somehow simultaneously chasing the dragon of progress with 100 times more money than ever before. Development costs have ballooned by tens of millions of dollars, which means the prices of games have ballooned with it. Everyone is frantically spending every resource for 1% improvements, and temp jobs, layoffs, and rotating doors are common in the gaming industry now. But I know I don't need to explain how horrible the current game development landscape is, but maybe you haven't considered some of the reasons as to why it exists. Many companies have fallen in love with the video part more than the game part. See, the AAA gaming industry loves marketing, often more than developing. They love flashy trailers, banner ads, slogans, catchphrases, and numbers on a screen that mean absolutely nothing because it allows them to pander to their shareholders.
We are the future! They are the stupid...
Oh man, the new AI-powered glunch board with 90 billion terashits of mega slop! You'll be blasting off at 14,000 frames of... What are you playing?
It's a 2D Metroidvania that honestly could probably run on a Sega Saturn.
It's unsustainable from the development to the
Nine Tails is fire too, though, bro. Nine Tails is fire too. I do think that I don't know if he's gonna get to it in the video, but especially with things like Hollow Knight Silk Song, this new game Baby Steps, and a lot of other like indie games like Schedule One, for example, too. Like indie games taken over, right? The emphasis is more on fun and gameplay rather than big money, which is why I low-key despise cinematic trailers, because they just straight up lie to you. Like, it's just a flat-out lie. Unless it's like in-universe lore, you know what I mean? Like, I'll watch a cinematic trailer for Halo or something, right? Because I know what I'm getting myself into. But if it's for a brand new game, brand new IP, dude, I don't want to watch a cinematic trailer for this, bro. I don't. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see what the gameplay looks like. Most of the time. And yeah, they really lean on like, oh, look at these graphics. Oh, you can see like you can like see your reflection within people's like pupils and shit. And it's like, dude, who gives a fuck, bro? When I'm sitting in my room, all fucking lights off, at like 3 in the morning, trying to grind out one more mission before I go to bed, I'm not gonna give a fuck if I can see somebody through their eyelids, or I can see my reflection through someone's eyelids. I don't give a fuck if my character has on fucking, you know, all this like drip or whatever. It's a first person game. I don't care. I'm trying to get this last gun gold so I can fucking go to sleep. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, that's the whole live service thing is a whole separate issue, but I do think the graphical department is what's causing these games to have really big sizes, and the games come out and they're like 100 fucking gigs, and really big budgets, because it costs a lot of money to run these like super fucking mega games that have like they're like monsters. I'm thinking about Wukong, really. Like, that's like the main game I'm thinking about. But Wukong's an example of a game that has the fun aspect down as well. So I'm just thinking like games are trying to be like that, though. You know, like Cyberpunk, for example. When that shit first came out, that shit was ass, because they were trying to go all development. I mean, all marketing and all this shit. Oh, we're so cool, instead of actually developing a fucking game. And to their credit, they have done a great job at that. Same with No Man's Sky.
marketing, attempting to optimize your futuristic next-gen type.
I ain't gonna lie, the 007 game looked fado. I'm gonna be honest. Now, the driving looks like ass, but the 007 game does look good. Just, I don't know when this was made. This might have been made before the trailer came out. When was this made? A month ago. Oh, yeah. It came out like within the last couple of weeks.
Title for 1,000 different rigs and brands of hardware is a logistical nightmare, and the price of that nightmare is passed on to the consumer in either rising costs or broken games. Accessibility matters, optimization matters, video games were never broken games. Accessibility matters,
Whoa. Oh, I'm glad I wasn't gonna get Monster Hunter Wilds on PC. Jesus Christ. I just don't have 75 gigs available on my SSD. This game is expected to run frame generation enabled under the medium graphics setting, direct storage supported. Upscaled from 720 native, 30 FPS under low. Bro, I'm telling you, gang, this shit is crazy, bro. Just get you a console, gang, at this point. Because, like, if you're not going to upgrade your PC, like, every couple years to, like, keep up with the insane speed that they're, like, dropping these new graphics cards and stuff, then it's like, bro, just get a console, bro. Literally. Like, they're going to make the game available, like, accessible on console. Just get it on console, bro. Because the console version, 9 times out of 10, is going to work. And if you're going to play indie games on PC, just play indie games, bro. I'm so serious.
Optimization matters. Video games were never supposed to cost hundreds of millions of dollars, but
Facts.
now that they do, we should be striving for more innovative gameplay, ways to connect people and push the...
Photorealistic grass. Facts. Stable netcode. This is low-key been getting better, at least in the fighting game space, but it's still ass.
boundaries on what makes a video game fun.
It said RTX reflective nail polish. Facts. Don't forget to add the hair in there too now, bro.
Fun.
Oh, and water. Oh, God. Fucking water physics. Dude, I've seen people... Bro, I've seen people shitting on the new Mafia game. To be fair, haven't played it. Never played a Mafia game in my life. But still. I've seen people shitting on the game because you couldn't fucking swim. Or because, like... I think there was, like, a swim mechanic or a floating mechanic. But, like, once you start actually trying to move, you like, just despawn and respawn back on the pier or whatever. And people were getting mad about that. It's not an open world game, gang. It's not made for you to fucking swim. It's made for you to drive your car to and from each fucking destination. Making, you know, periodic pit stops on the sides if you want. But, you know what I mean? It's meant to be linear, I think. But I'm just saying, like, it's not meant for you to fucking swim. What Mafia members do you know fucking swim? Don't answer that.
But the trailer and the extremely curated gameplay reveal looks so good, right? Look at the reflective puddle! Oh, fuck. I don't look at the puddles. Do not look at the puddle. Like video games, you know what else is also expensive to produce? Animation. And I actually like to pay my team and make sure that they have food.
I did not say you could have 2 hot dogs!
This video is sponsored by Crystal of Atlan and their new crossover with Digimon? What? Crystal of Atlan is a brand new, super sleek, combo-filled
wait, they had a crossover with Digimon?
MMORPG. Quantic is pretty free and thanks again to Crystal of Atlan for sponsoring this one. Go and send them some love for supporting your boy. Back to the video. Bliblio blames
Crystal of Atlan is a good game, though.
shockingly, actually haven't been impacted by inflation as much as you may think. In the 90s, PS1 games were $50, and Nintendo 64 games were often $60 to $70 fucking dollars. Fun fact, that's actually where the 64 comes from, because it was 64, never mind. Adjusted for inflation, that would be like $100 to nearly $150 a pop for each game. All I got was goddamn clay fighters. Wait, hold up, this game rules. But the cost to make and market a game now is like nothing we've ever seen before. Halo 3's budget was around $50 million, and that included a world-class, one-of-a-kind marketing campaign that took the planet by storm. While Halo...
Bro. Halo 3 was everywhere, gang. And it's crazy because I still never played it. Did I have an Xbox? I think I had an Xbox at the time, but I just never played Halo 3 until my friend came over. You know the story at this point, but like... It's the first multiplayer game I ever played. Changed my life.
Halo Infinite was rumored to have a budget of nearly $500 million.
What?
A 1,000% increase. And as much as I truly love many aspects of that game, it released with a fraction of Halo 3's original content. And the marketing wasn't anything near Halo 3's. So where is the money going? Well, game dev teams are armies now. Keeping up with modern hardware is beyond difficult. The marketing world is wider and more saturated than ever. Shipping physical games is becoming a detriment, and post-release support is now mandatory. This is why the prices of games are skyrocketing. Subscription-based models that allow companies to pre-plan budgets are getting more popular, and microtransactions and bleed pricing is getting more commonplace. And if we want all of these things to stop, I'm not kidding when I say games need to be smaller, look less good, and developers need to be paid more. Blockbuster franchises used to take a few years to make, if that. Now it takes a damn decade to make a single game because the expectations are so ludicrously high. That's why indie titles, stylized titles, innovative, weird titles are becoming so popular as of late. And yes, R&D is worth something. Yes, it's in our best interest to strive for better. And yes, we should always be trying to evolve our art. But can we wait until it's more fucking affordable?
That's facts.
Nintendo, I feel, is a perfect example that encompasses all the good and bad here. Check this out. Nintendo launches an extremely affordable console that breaks nearly every record ever, but it runs on leapfrog hardware and a dream. Most of their games look extremely good, even on the weaker hardware.
Yo, bro, chill out on, Let's Go Pikachu looked good. Let's Go Pikachu looked good. That's about it. Sword and Shield wasn't the worst. But then Scarlet and Violet did have some very questionable decisions. Like who the fuck play tested Scarlet and Violet? Genuinely. And this is coming from a person who... I love all things Pokemon. Admittedly. I never played Arceus, but I think Arceus looked really good too, though. I seen my friend play it at his house.
Because again, a concrete style is worth far more than high fidelity realism and graphics. But because of that same lacking hardware, some games run poorly or are forced to make optimization cuts either in graphics or frame rate. So what does Nintendo do? They work on a second console, this time far more powerful than the last, one that can run modern looking games but maintains the hybrid gimmick. This causes the price to jump up, and even though it's still on the mid-end of modern consoles, it's seen as greedy despite gamers begging for this exact upgrade.
But I don't like the price!
Then why did you ask for it? Now, games being $70 to $80 is complete bullshit. It's not the highest we've ever seen by a long shot, but it's also obviously not.
Whoa. Mortal Kombat Trilogy? $120? Minecraft 64, $100. Holy shit. What the fuck? And this was back in the day too. Like, bro, $100 back then, gang. God damn. Fuck. That's a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's a lot. Damn. And the whole console itself was $300. $300 doesn't sound that bad, though. For this, like, this was a good console for $300, bro. Well, it was $400, but we're not going to talk about that. It's on sale.
Not the cheapest, and the new tariffs and trade war doesn't make things easier at all.
Bro, times were so much simpler, gang. Oh, the little nightlight shit is that's fire. I had a Game Boy Advance SP. I believe that was my first console. I think. Or game system, whatever you want to call it. Game Boy Advance SP, that shit was fire. I told this story before, but basically I was in kindergarten and I could only play my game on the weekends. Oh wait, could I? No, I think I could play it, or it just hasn't been set in stone yet that I could only play on the weekends. So basically I was playing Power Rangers. It was one of the side-scrolling beat-em-up games. I was playing Power Rangers, right? One of my favorite games of all time, by the way. And I have the cover over my head, like my blanket over my head, but the screen on my Game Boy, for some reason, I didn't like it when it was, like, slightly dim. I always wanted it on the brightest setting. I don't know why. So I had it on the brightest setting, and I didn't even think about the fact that my mom could see it through the thing. I was playing for, like, an hour. Just, like, boom, just going and going and going, trying to beat, like, you know, about however many levels. And then my mom, like, yanked the blanket off my head. I was like... Crazy, bro. Crazy. That's my, like, most vivid memory of my Game Boy. And then they added the Game Boy cartridge on the DS. Oh, my God, bro. Don't even get me started, bro. Don't get me started on this.
Why do old Pokemon sprites still ooze charm, but every 3D Pokemon game somehow looks worse than the last? Why are indie games coming out faster than ever, toppling AAA studios and claiming so many awards? How do these smaller gaming experiences, sometimes made by a single individual, garner such massive loving fan bases? Balatro, Vampire Survivors, Slay the Princess, Inscription, Animal Well, Pizza Tower, Blueprints. Because a refined art style will always age better than the skin pores of the month, because you can tell an emotional story no matter your poly count, and because bold and defined visuals let your game stand apart and speak for themselves no matter the budget. Just take a look at Expedition 33, a small team's first project, an outstandingly beautiful title that
was their first game? Wow. Now that's fucking surprising. This game is amazing. I haven't finished it, but this game is amazing.
Blends the two design philosophies together, sacrificing neither while making a visually distinct and affordable game. By the way, this is like one of the best games I've played in the recent decade. If it doesn't win Game of the Year, I might actually like lose my mind. And this isn't like nostalgia glaze either. This effect happens time and time again, and not just with modern indie games, the gaming industry as a whole. Look, Last of Us is an incredible game.
I was about to say, is that Joel?
No argument there. One of my favorites, and obviously a very high fidelity and pretty game, especially for 2013. And by the way, do you want your brain to like fucking melt? Last of Us released a year before Dark Souls 2. Yeah, what? But do we really need to remaster The Last of Us so many times to the point where you can't tell the fucking difference?
What the fuck's the point of this? What the hell does this mean? You all are spending millions on something I can't fucking say!
Now, none of these arguments mean bunk shit if I can't point you towards a modern game that encompasses all of the attributes I'm seeking in a title. Affordable for the consumer, low development costs, balanced and sustainable work environment, gameplay first framework, kinda indie but kinda not indie, no long bloated playtime, stylized graphics that will age beautifully, heart, soul, and dare I say it, fun! What the hell? A game's priority being fun? I give you one of the most innovative, impressive, and genuinely fun games ever created, where
I'm trying to guess like what he's gonna say, bro. Was he gonna go fucking Power World? Like, I mean, like, I don't know. If he already said Expedition 33, like, what is he gonna say?
there unironically wasn't a 5-minute gap at any point where I wasn't smiling ear to ear.
Oh.
I could sum up this title in one word, it would be hybrexneotheristic.
What the fuck does that? I've never even, bro, I got so much to learn in the English language, bro. What the fuck is hybrexneotheristic?
Which I made the fuck up because there's no actual fucking word in the English language that can describe how good this game is. From the very first second to the last, this game assaults your senses with a bombardment of creative ideas, only to throw them away 5 minutes later so they can fit in another dozen crazy mechanics into the same section of the same level. It's downright baffling how many fun and interesting gameplay ideas are packed into this 12-hour game and how often they build off of them multiple times. Not only is Split Fiction insanely fun, but it's optimized beautifully, runs like butter, and looks so damn good. I've never seen a studio flex how comfortable and confident they are like this. It seems like every art asset, set piece, landscape, color, style, and effect was lovingly crafted with zero internal friction. Everything is on full...
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it, bro, but I mean, for this, you gotta have friends, bro. And I'm gonna be honest, gang. I don't know any of my friends that are willing to play Split Fiction, bro. I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. Especially for 12 hours. To be fair, we could break it up, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It does look fun, though.
Full display here with unabashed passion and heart. This game is a 10, but it's not just a 10. It's a 10 that also has a buddy pass, so your co-op partner doesn't even need to pick the already affordable game up to play the entire experience. It's a 10 that pursued a timeless, cost-effective, beautiful art style. It's a 10 that prioritized the player over the profits. It's a 10 that proved you can still develop a Game of the Year contender without spending hundreds of millions of dollars. But maybe, most importantly, it's a 10 that I know I can replay in 20 years and it will still be as good as I remember it. 20 years and it will still be as good as I remember.
Okay, we got TFT, or TF2, with Zelda Wind Waker. Never played that one. Never played Split Fiction. Cuphead, I played at my friend's house, 1 or 2 levels. And I was just dying all the time. Obviously, I wasn't as good of a gamer as I am now. Obviously, that shit wouldn't happen nowadays. But I'm just saying. Oh, shit. I thought that was Jet Set Radio. Jet Grind Radio. Is there a game called Jet Set Radio? Why did I say that? I guess I never played that. So I've only played one game on this whole list, really. Team Fortress 2, which is it still like, do people still play Team Fortress 2?
Remember it.
I'd be down to hop on in 2025. Fire. Go to another video I saw on the topic. Graphics are banned until fun becomes a point of game. You will play obscure Japanese text-based adventures until the situation improves. Yeah. This is a really well put together video, bro. I like this. I was a system integrator when ray tracing came out. Like so I don't mean to say it's not useful at all, but it's certainly not performing enough to justify making purchase based on it. Yes, exactly what I was saying. Because the whole tradition really dependent on these technologies are just not ready to be used. Yeah, I think like, you should save the ray tracing, super, like, crazy graphical leaps and stuff for you should save that for like the GTAs of the world, the shit, even the Call of Duties, bro. You could save it for those games because it's like those are games that are like they are already set in stone to have like their fan bases and stuff like that. You don't need to do that. What you need to focus on is making your game fun. Because it's mind blowing to me how like you can make like the same people who made Assassin's Creed, right? They just can't fucking get it right. And it's like, dude, just look back at the old games. Like, give me an Assassin's Creed 2. That's all I'm asking for, bro. Syndicate wasn't bad either, though. I ain't gonna lie. Syndicate was kind of fire. I just recently played that one a couple months ago. Like, that was kind of fire. But, you know what I mean? Like, just give me something. Give me something fun. Like, something that, you know, I'm gonna sink my teeth into. But, I don't know, bro. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a gamer that be gaming sometimes.